Hello. Hello, 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 hello. So here we are, April 3rd. April 3rd, 2014, Dinosaur News. Brought to you 5 days a week by the British People's League. So yesterday's show was kind of casual and laid back. I feel a bit casual and laid back for today. I'll tell you about it in a moment. So glad to have you with us. I guess the controls are going to work. There's a bit of a delay in getting yesterday's YouTube out. Sometimes it takes a while to process, and then often it'll say I have to redo the whole damn thing. Whatever. But hey, the struggle goes on. It's no picnic. But what took place last night makes it all worthwhile. You've heard me outline confidential apartment meetings, get-togethers. We don't like the word meetings. Get-togethers. Or bungalow-style in-house get-togethers. So we had a successful one last night. Wow. Yes, indeed. Central Eastern Ontario. There were 10 people present. The average age, well, there were 1, 2, 3 old-timers, so the average age of the 7 remainders would be about 24, 25. Just construction guys, laborers, down-to-earth young working guys, salty language, the whole bit. It was the best yet. It was fantastic. They didn't need coaching, so they vindicate everything I've said in previous videos. They haven't read any books. Not one of the 7 has ever been involved in politics. So you've got a fresh crop here. The secret recruiter to Friends of the British People's League is, I call them eyeballs. Okay? Sorry about the books. Tons of books back there. But the eyeball philosophy is a fact. These young fellows see what's going on when they visit the city to get supplies or whatever. They see what's going on. They hear what's going on. Their friends being beat out of jobs in Toronto job markets. And it was a pleasure to behold. Now, the key recruiter as well as the eyeball. Gads, I'm getting a bit fidgety. The key recruiter, at least with this in-house apartment get-together, and it was quite an interesting apartment. Above a commercial business, above it, a huge apartment with 2 balconies overlooking a river, and a wood stove. You couldn't beat it. Beautiful warm wood stove. It's still nippy. Central East Ontario, that's for sure. In any case, what was the great other recruiter tool? I threw mine in the basement months ago, the TV screen. But the fellow, the host of the get-together, has a massive TV screen, one of these super jobs, hooked in to the internet as well. So he just has to use his keypad as the pad, as you would. I know some of the phones have them now and all the gadgets, so I can't keep up with it. But in any case, so I said, okay, click in White Man's March to get into the web page, White Man's March. So once you get into White Man's March, then click in Diversity equal White Genocide. Then up comes all the photos from around the world, the white world, what's left of the white world, from Australia, New Zealand, Britain, the motherland, as we described back a week or so ago, and in the States as well. All of the signs, and these young guys, their eyeballs were just a-popping. They couldn't believe the overhangs on the overpasses on the highways, and the truck with the Diversity Equal White Genocide. What a recruitment tool on that super massive screen. Unbelievable. Apparently the host had already showed a couple of these videos. And that explains the hits and views from an area in central East Ontario that hadn't before. So I guess these young guys, I haven't got into all of them, but basically they want something done, but they can't meet anybody. They've never been in politics, but by pure fluke, the host knew me. So it wasn't the town I expected. But what a great meeting. They were so excited, flabbergasted, especially over the short slogan, diversity, equal white genocide. They got it immediately. They were raving, and then they got me raving and excited, which is good for me. Get it all out there. I can't rave on these shows, can we now? But it was really a pleasure. So they are now keen on activity. Before I get into that, also, you know, the fact that I quit my day job December 20th. If I had that regular job still on, do you think I could have gone to a get-together in central East Ontario last night? The time it takes to get there and back home here again in Minden? No, I don't think so. Especially if I had maybe, you know, some serious semi-public in my old job, work to do and paperwork preparation, the whole bit. So that the timing is perfect. And if that can happen, and these young fellows are all from the same village. This wasn't a case of people driving from other. I was the only outsider to the village. So it wasn't a case of bringing people in from other spot areas. So if one little village can produce that feeling from 7 non-political types, just imagine about all the other villages in Ontario. And I still say, well, the British groups are tapping the white villages, that's for sure. They are canvassing, regardless of the group, and leafleting, and they're doing the whole bit. And I'm borrowing America's knack for sloganeering, etc. But by the same token, I don't want to dwell in America because I just get too upset at the vicious infighting and so on. It gets me in a pessimistic mood. But I will say that White March thing, that's the most optimistic thing that's happened. And for it to be used, and it's on the internet forever. So, you know, I'm telling you people out there, if you want to impress your friends and really shock them at the same time, Google White Man's March, March 15th. And then when you get into that, add to it diversity equal white genocide. I haven't tried diversity equal white genocide on its own, but I think it just might bring up the slogan. But you never know; it could bring up all the photos. But it's no big deal to click in White Man's March, Google White Man's March, then diversity equal white genocide, and the photos and the young guys. Yeah, they had a few beer and they were just loving it. The psychology of seeing those banners hanging over the overpasses, the psychology of seeing diversity equal white genocide on the back of a truck, neatly put there, seeing the in-person activists in a couple of American spots, a couple of intersections, heavy duty, with the banners flying. It was just a fantastic motivation. And I explained the band plans in detail to them, and they are gung-ho to go. Now, it's half winter, half spring, so they're not fully working yet, and so they can't, most of them got girlfriends or babies on the way, so they can't really afford to donate. I didn't want to put in a pitch. I'm just pleased that they're ready to roll, that they will attend whichever van plan goes first, van plan 1 or van plan 2. Well, you know from the past, van plan 1 is to pick up the small villages in the same basic area of Ontario where most of the views are coming in for the videos, etc. With the signs, very simple. Keep our villages majority white. Keep our villages majority white. And van plan 2, of course, is to get the spiffy t-shirts with the bright red lettering, BritishPeoplesLeague.com, and attend the eateries Well, actually, in the better weather, we could combine van plans 1 and 2 after we're done picketing 2 or 3 villages. I mean, in and out, as we've said, in front of the post office. Post office is a symbol of the federal government, so it's a good spot, you know, to protest about immigration. And just, you know, maybe an hour, long enough that local types will see us and read the signs clearly. So they will gossip in the coffee houses, okay? And then afterwards, on the way back, we can hit the big eatery in the plaza in Peterborough or Oshawa with the bright red T-shirts. I leave the signs in the cars, of course, in the vans, and just have a jolly time with our Hamburg, feeling good after missions well done, missions accomplished. But we can't do it without gas money, van rental money, Hamburg money. And as those of you steady viewers know, the money has been used for the internet, and the new monthly internet bill is going to come out soon too. Okay, but 25 bucks. It's out there without indoctrination, without having to have heard radio shows, internet radio shows for the white cause, without having to have seen these videos before the host showed them a couple of videos. They didn't even know that the white resistance existed. They'd be too busy laboring in the summer months to put in long hours and so on. So I hope that this is encouraging news to you, viewers out there. And again, no books needed, no monologues, just the eyeball. And they saw the White Man's March material, and it's just a masterpiece of truthful propaganda. You hear the word propaganda, you think of perhaps lies, but no. But what a cincher. And the spirit of the young fellows, you could just see it in their faces, the fact that they're not alone. We're not alone. Yes, it was fantastic. And it proves, again, that the in-house, whether it's an apartment or a house, get-togethers work. Absolutely. There's no disruption whatsoever. No one knows except your close friends that you've invited to the get-together. It's and the beauty with the small towns, with the young lads in the small towns, pretty well everyone knows each other in each village. So there's no way, outside infiltrators can attend. It's fantastic. It works, so try it. I do know that we have a couple of contacts in the Ottawa area, and they have friends over all the time that they talk to. And so everyone does it in different ways. Toronto's finally picking up in viewing. I don't know the reason. Oh, yes. Perhaps the opposition putting up the videos on their websites. But I just have a feeling that the viewers that are coming in from Toronto now are friendly viewers. Just by the length of time they're staying on, it shows in the analytics. Well, I'm not getting old, am I? But it was a lot of activity for me, going down there and getting back, and then the excitement of it all, that's for sure. So this will be another bit of a shortened YouTube today. I would like you to have the thought of that get-together on your mind, and the simplicity of it. The one young guy just kept repeating, squeezed out of jobs, and they can just see the color changing in the streets of Toronto when they go down for a visit or whatever. And they really are concerned. The white genocide bit, well, they're tough construction guys, but it's still, I asked, it makes them nervous. You're damn right it makes them nervous. They roared. That's one good thing about an apartment above a commercial spot. There's no one there downstairs in the evening, so you can really cut loose and let out your feelings. So this will carry on until such time as we get the loot for the van plans, work something out in that regard. But in the meantime, everything is being revived. We've had other get-togethers in apartments, yes, okay, but I haven't talked about them much because they were more, of the ancient John Birch Society lines, you know, and questions and books and etc. But this last night was the dream come true. This is my kind of talk. That they just see it with their eyeballs. But hey, the other in-house meetings, if it works and it can get some excitement going, yes, and that's true too. The few that we've had that I've attended tend to have been older generation who are a bit subdued. I ain't subdued. I've got the youth gene in my system. I think I was louder than some of them because one guy cracked, well, you got Beattie going now. Okay, so we're looking forward to talking at you again tomorrow, which will be Friday the 4th of April. Take it easy until then. And as always, we thank you most sincerely for tuning in. Goodbye for now.